grew up in Seattle, Rick?
Yeah, born and raised. I was one of the last children to be born in Harborview in 1955 until they moved it to the Children's Hospital. That's also a public record.
Non-public. And how long have you been carving?
55 years. Every day of my life. Kind of difficult in 1960. Learning English, doing school. I had to do my schoolwork long before I could pick up the knife and carve, so I was really multitasking as a kid, because to see my dad, granddad, great-grandpa carve, it fascinated me more than anything, you know, to see elders do that. I always said, I'm going to do that someday. I'll be an elder. I'll be the old one out there carving like they did. And I'm doing that now.
So you watched your granddad growing up carving, and that pretty much inspired you to become a carverist, as you say.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that inspires you to carve and produce great works of art like this?
Not really. When I'm carving, I hear my language, I hear songs. Like when I'm speaking English out here, this side of me sees native, this side of me sees English, because I don't want it forgotten. My kids speak it to me sometimes, but they're young and they're out here all the time. I think it's the only thing that kept me going, even what happened to me this last 5 years was carving, because it makes me extend who I am, a calm person. Even if they're putting their hands on me, I'm like, you learn it, you see it, you remember it from the beginning when I first started, because it's the way my dad was, my grandfather, my great-grandfather. I think that's, I wanted to learn that as a kid, because to see my great-grandfather and grandfather speak, even when they got upset at somebody, it was in our language, and they said it so calmly, it made them go like, what did you just say to me? You know, it's like, I'm kind of living that now. 2015, that I'm living what I saw as a kid, that how time stood still in a lot of ways to me, because it's still the same out here about tone of skin, and it's sad. But I really don't let it bother me, because if my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father can handle it, I can take anything on calmly. You know what they did to my brother, I'm like, you gotta calm down. Instead of what they expected from me, I was totally in a different field with them, because they wanted to fight. And I smiled, says, you picked the wrong family to mess with. I will find a way to fix this. It's just sad it took 4.7 seconds, but it's 5 years now that I'm still asking for common peace, that I'm kind of living what I was taught. It's like, how did they know in the past what's coming? How did they know I'll go through this? I don't want to know the answer to it. I'll know at the end, I guess. But for now, I'm going to keep walking this walk, because it's a better journey than what I grew up seeing, what my parents or my grandparents went through out here in the cities. I learned a long time ago not to let anything get to me, or not to react to it, because my heart chooses to see this is real, and I'm sad you don't see it. I wish people would see that, wake up and stay awake. I can only guide them. Right now, I'd rather keep the peace. I'm kind of going through stuff right now, but I focus on my work, because other than what happened in my family, I find it's the calmest place for me is when I'm cutting wood. That they made the mistake I did, I'll stay calm. And if I can teach that out there to people, it'll be a better journey, and it just shows hope for the future that the young people are listening. If I translate it from then till now, I think what happened to my brother it gave this next generation of people hope that anything is possible to change if you can start believing in yourself. Because if you don't have confidence, you walk around and look at the expressions, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves. They're stuck, they're hurt, they're lost. They wonder why they did what they did and why are they alone. I don't see it that way. I'd rather teach, stay awake, grow gracefully. Because if you can accept that, if you can accept that while you're young, enjoy life. Don't get stuck in the illusion of society or their rules and their orders and whatnot. That's not the way life is. Life is what you go after. You make it happen by starting with yourself. Believe in yourself, confidence. I can do it. I'll go make it happen. And when it does happen, you're like, wow, that worked. I got to do that again. You see, that's the first step. After that, everything, that light will always be on you. You know, I think that's what I saw at a young age. Go back in time from now till 1969, I've met people here that knew my brothers and I back in the old days. They're rich people or street people. They always say the same. I knew you'd be the only one to make it out of here. That took me a while to figure out what they meant by it, but it's just sad. You know, even my brother says, Rick, you don't belong here. You got to go where your light's on. To me, it was all about heritage and honor who you are and where you're from. I do that in my carving, but society, man, take a look. You're a young person. Walk through the streets of Cameron on a nice day like this. Look at the expressions on the people's face. Some got it going on. Some are laughing. Some are so stressed out about the dollar. They forgot to enjoy life. What I'm going through right now. I'm grateful I can still smile and joke about. You can't let it get to you, because once it does, you're stuck in the system, society, the way it is. Do you ever just walk around, take a good look, go to the highest point here and look around and see the people out there? Some of them say, we should give this back to you, you guys had it right. I always found that sad thing to say to me, but you can't let it get to you.